Now let's take a look at another example here where we have to use our imaginary number I. So here we have the square root of negative 16 minus the square root of negative 49. Now whenever you have problems like this, where you're either adding, subtracting, or even multiplying the square roots of a negative number, first thing you always want to do is turn that into I times the square root of that positive number. So first, we would have to do that with the square root of negative 16. We can rewrite that as I times the square root of 16 minus I times the square root of 49. Now from here, we just have to take the square root of 16 and take the square root of 49. So the square root of 16 is 4, so this becomes 4i minus the square root of 49 is 7. So 4i minus 7i. And then you can think of these as like terms. So we're able to subtract them. So all we have to do is 4i minus 7i. That gives us a negative 3i. Now let's take a look at this next example. We have negative 4 times, or negative square root of, the square root of negative 4 times the square root of negative 25. Here we're going to do the same thing. We have two square roots of a negative number we're multiplying together. First thing we'll do, turn that into the notation of I times the square root of that positive number. So now we have I times the square root of 4 times I times the square root of 25. And now we can simplify both of these. All right, this becomes 2i times 5i. And now when we're multiplying these together, we can kind of treat our i's like variables, right? So x times x gives us x squared. So I times I, that'll just give us I squared. So this will simplify to 10i squared. And now from here, we're not done yet, because we know that I squared is equal to negative 1. Right? Since I squared is equal to negative 1, and we have an I squared right here, we can substitute in this negative 1 wherever we see an I squared. So this is equal to 10 times negative 1, which is equal to negative 10.